So I nearly had to take my husband to the ER the other night. Dr. Daria here, board certified ER doctor, mom of 3, and wife of a husband who nearly ended up in the emergency department. We were actually out for one of my children's birthdays. My husband's having steak and suddenly he runs away from the table. Just leaves. Thought he went to the bathroom, but then he doesn't come back. Turns out what had happened was he had gotten a chunk of steak caught in his esophagus, something we refer to as an impacted food bolus, and it wasn't passing from the esophagus into his stomach. So he had this really awful sensation of the food being stuck there. It can be really dangerous. So here's what to do if that happens. The definitive therapy for it is a gastroenterologist or someone doing an endoscopy and actually going in and either removing the food or just pushing it into the stomach. Sometimes doctors will give things like nitroglycerin or glucagon, which are medications that can try to relax the esophagus, and it can pass. Endoscopy is usually the thing. There are some other remedies you might see online, swallowing Pop Rocks, and that you should do that. Another one I saw was about taking Diet Coke and Mentos. No, that can cause explosions, but not in the directions you want, so don't do that. The one thing I did have my husband do is, then there are some studies, is drinking Diet Coke. The acidity can kind of break up the steak a little bit, and the bubbles can kind of tickle the sphincter to kind of open it up. Most common types of food where this happens are with chunks of meat, especially like steaks or hot dogs or things that just kind of sit there and don't dissolve easily. So bottom line is chew your food well. Even when you're a grown-up, it still matters. More details in caption and follow along to know other ways to prevent and handle emergencies.